Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Euro Truck Simulator VR. In this video we're going to take things a little bit more serious. I'm also going to be playing in full realism mode, which means no HUD whatsoever. But we do have a sat-nav with a little voice on it, and as you can see I've got a little bit of reading material there for later. So we're going to be heading through Italy, down in the south, all the way up to the top here. And we're going to be dropping off a JCB, a rather large JCB, down in the mountains, and we will be going down through the valley, through some of the villages, and we will be going through the toll booth. Now, as this is full realism mode, there won't be any markers to show us where the barriers are. We also don't get any markers when we pick up cargo. And once we actually want to come and pick up the freight, it's pre-marked for us here, as you can see, with these road cones. And this is also the same when we get to the actual drop-off point. As you can see, that is an extremely large JCB. Now, within this video, as I'm recording the voiceover afterwards, I get myself into a little bit of trouble here at the toll booth. I also cause a little bit of an accident, a near miss, and one of the roads is blocked off as we get further in. A car that's actually broken down. There is the police and the fire brigade out there, and I haven't seen that before in this title, and it's something that definitely adds to the immersion. Our journey here in-game should be taking around 5 hours. Obviously that's not in real time, and we should be arriving at our destination at around 11 o'clock. It is currently around 5 AM, and as you can see there's quite a lot of traffic here on the road in Italy. Not quite sure what's going on here. Well, I need to make sure that I come out a little bit wider. I tend to have this habit of, as I'm leaving here, that trailer at the back tends to get stuck. Just brought that out nicely. So we haven't got that far to go to the actual toll booth. We're going to be heading directly to the end of this road and doing a sharp hairpin turn. And from there we will be hitting the highway as we head up in towards the mountains. We'll be going through a few villages and past the vineyards, down into the valley, and hopefully we will be dropping this off at around 11 o'clock, or that's the goal anyway at this stage. You notice we have actually got the sat-nav on there, giving us some directions, and oh dear, looks like I've cut this a little bit too sharp here. Now if I reverse, just got to be careful that I don't hit that vehicle behind. Just pull over to the barrier here and just see if we can squeeze around there. No, we're going to have to go a little bit further, I think. Just don't want to hit this sign on the left-hand side. Pass the Duchy on the left-hand side, and there we go. And as you can see up ahead, looks like we've got quite a bit of traffic here waiting to go through the toll booth. It's these moments in Euro Truck Simulator that I really enjoy, and the fact that we're in virtual reality just adds to it. Looks like there's something on fire over to the left. If you've got Euro Truck Simulator 2, a bit of reading material there. If you've got Euro Truck Simulator 2, let me know what you like about this game, and have you tried it in virtual reality? It really is quite an amazing experience once you get the settings dialed in correctly. I just wish that Farming Simulator would go down the same route and support VR, because that game, again, would just be absolutely epic in virtual reality. It looks like there's a truck on fire on the motorway over there. I've not heard any of the blues going off. There are police cars and fire engines and other things in the game now, especially with mods. As we wait to go through on the toll booth here, you can see I've got my sat-nav on the left here, and everything else is turned off in-game. There won't be any alerts, any updates. It won't tell me if there are speed cameras coming up. It won't tell me if I get a fine. You may occasionally hear a beeping noise. Let's put some music on. You may hear a beeping noise. That is the sat-nav telling me that we're actually speeding in the current zone that we're in. So let's just push through here and get down onto that motorway. So we're going to be following the signs for Roma as we head up here, and eventually as we get out of this industrial area we will be getting further out as the environment starts to open a little bit more here in beautiful Italy, and then eventually we will pass a few vineyards, and from there further on we will eventually start to climb up into the mountains, which is really, really beautiful and picturesque. I'm just waiting for this guy to let me out. You gonna let me out? Cheers, mate. And let's keep on mother trucking as we head down here in Italy on this beautiful day today. God, I could do with a cup of tea. Pot of tea, lads, you know what I'm saying? Could have pulled in there and had a quick brew. The truck, incidentally, is quite new. I think I want to go around 100k kilometers on this truck at the minute, and I have just updated the rear axle. But this truck is certainly not one of the biggest, more powerful trucks, and it really does limit the amount of cargo that I can actually haul across here, especially when it comes to the mountainous areas. Probably need a bigger truck, but hey ho, you've got to start somewhere, and with the loan on this truck being around £3,000 a day interest, we really do need to get some miles on these tyres in order to make this profitable venture. So we're going to keep on heading here past the population buildings on the right. Lots of people around in this area, and as you can see the environment is starting to change slightly as we push out here. We will be taking the casino turn off here, and hopefully we should be pushing the mountains in the distance in not too long. See, there's a little bit of traffic here. We won't be able to pull out now. We should pull out. Whoa, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! Oh, somebody could have been killed there. That would have been a major pile-up. That was probably bad driving on my side, really. I should have waited behind those vehicles waiting to pull out, but it looked like it was clear and we already had the momentum. Wowza. So we are going to be taking the next right turn off here, off the motorway, and hopefully we'll be getting onto a B road, seeing as we've just nearly murdered about 10 people. And what have we got here? Whoa, the road is closed. Just check the mirror, we're alright. What's going on here? Fire brigade and the police out. Looks like there is a vehicle involved there. A couple of vehicles. Everybody's alright. Well, of course the sat-nav will now give us a detour. Looks like we may have to go a little bit further down this road and take the next turn off, but I can't see that being majorly impactful to the time here. It's probably going to put us out by about a mile. Any of the DLCs for this title, let me know which one is your favourite. I really am enjoying Italy. It's got such a diverse, if I can get my teeth in, it's got such a diverse feeling to it. It goes from quite built up into the cities and also going up into the mountains to come off here at Casisio West. I think one of the places in the UK that I've been enjoying hauling things around has been in Wales, believe it or not. There are a couple of routes there where it goes up through the mountains, a little bit like here, and then down into the valleys as you go then down into the small villages. And if you get to go through those in the rain, whizzing past all the cobblestone walls and the dry stone walls. It's just a really, really beautiful experience. And oh God, I was just about to say that sun is absolutely blinding, and I've curbsided this straight into the barrier. Oh, bloody hell. This is not turning out to be the best of runs. Hopefully we haven't damaged the trailer on the back. Obviously the JCB isn't going to be damaged. Bloody hell, lads. And hopefully now, as we get through this toll booth, we should be heading out into the mountains, and the chances are that the actual traffic flow will change as we get further in. As you can see already here, we've got some of the tourist buses going to and fro up to the top of the mountain to the vineyards, and that's where we're going to be heading. I need to concentrate now, and hopefully as we get further down this road, that blinding sun over in the south will eventually move. And wow, that is bright. It'll give us a little bit of respite, as I don't have my sunglasses here in the cab. Habit of taking off give way signs when it comes to right hand turns. You've really got to come out quite far into the road and then hook it round right, especially with this trailer. It doesn't seem to have much of a turning circle at the back on the axles, so that's something I've got to be aware of, especially as we get down into these villages, as we head out here up into the mountains, some of these winding roads. Of course, with this being on realism mode, all the settings are up to the max, with a few physics mods in there as well. The actual weight of that trailer as we're going downhill will push the vehicle further down and make braking distances much longer. I have got the retarder switched on, but that isn't really going to help when it comes to the full physics mode. I've got to be quite aware of braking distances and anticipate turns and corners coming up a lot sooner. The sun is absolutely blinding me. As you can see over to the right, we've got what looks like, is it a train station? It looks like an industrial one, not an actual passenger one. And it looks and reminds me a little bit of Republic Workers of the Soviet Union, which is an RTS game. I don't know if you've even heard of that or looked at it. It's very interesting. I own it, but it's just not something I think would be suitable here for the channel. So as we hook a left round here, that sun is now going to be behind us, thank God. And we're going to head up, down past here, past Cassiona, is it? Not quite sure on my Italian. But we're going to be head past the petrol station here, and as you can see the mountains up ahead. We're going to be heading up there. Hopefully we'll see some of the beautiful vineyards depending on this B road.
Wake me up before you go, and I'll just make this bed my home. Oh darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams.
Mentioned before, Farming Simulator would be at the top of my list, but they've already said they're not interested. Now that's interesting, with Half-Life Alyx just being released and that title now in the hands of 500,000 people. Virtual reality is not dead. I certainly think that virtual reality is kind of having its second stage in its life cycle, with Saints and Sinners being another one, Lone Echo, and of course No Man's Sky, which is another fantastic title in virtual reality. And of course many people do enjoy Euro Truck Simulator in VR. So we're going to be taking the right hand turn now towards Barry, I think it said. Barry Island. No, we're not in Wales. And as we hook round here, we shouldn't be that far off our drop-off point as we come through the mountains. I think we probably will be rising up a little bit higher and then coming over the tops through a couple of the villages and down back into the valley here in Italy. And the sun is absolutely blinding. So we are heading past in towards Molise, or Molise, however you pronounce it, and our speed is going to be dropping as we come down here. Looks like we've already reached the peak of the actual mountain here, and we're going to be dropping down slowly now through this winding road. You can see there was a right-hand turn there, and we'll come through the villages. This is just absolutely amazing. It feels really, really, really good in virtual reality. Now, on a slightly different side point here, many of you asked if I will be doing DayZ again. Now, I love DayZ, but the videos take a lot, and I mean a lot of effort and recording. I'm not one of those people out there like Red Tie or JLK who cheat. They have their own servers, they use the admin cams to find people, and I'm heard on the grapevine from a couple of insiders that a lot of the people that they kill are their friends that they spawn in and give the gear to in order to be able to get cool footage. Now, that's fine. That's fine. They're very, very popular with 70,000-80,000 views per video, but it's just not my style of play, and I'm not that sort of gamer. I would prefer to have real engagements, real unknown outcomes to those combat situations and those fights. And it takes hours, and I mean hours, of trying to get any decent footage, and then you spend so much time in the edit, adding different sound effects and grading it and all the other little bits. And if it takes you 2-3 days to create one video and then you post it up and you get 300 or 400 views out of 6,500 subs, then it's really not worth the time. It's literally too much effort. And while we're not doing this for financial gain, we are doing it, of course. We want people to like the content that you create. And if you just don't get it, then it kind of just makes you think, why would I want to bother? I'll just play the games that I enjoy. Of course, that's a double-edged sword. Playing games I enjoy, nobody cares. Nobody cares about my opinion or a lot of the games that I play, and it's a vicious circle. You feel frustrated and you feel like jacking it in. The channel is on live support at the minute, and I've even debated just leaving it for a few months and, well, kind of closing shop a little bit. But if there's titles like this that I enjoy and I get a little bit of nice feedback and a thumbs up or even a comment to support me and say, you know, do some more, we quite enjoy this, then quite possibly the shop door will be staying open. Anyway, that's enough depression. So here we are. I think we're going to be taking a left here, and we haven't got that far to go now as we head through the mountains here on this beautiful sunny day here in Italy. And our drop-off point will be over on the right-hand side somewhere, not much further down this road. In many of my other Euro Truck Simulator videos, I used to put a test keyword in the video and ask people to put that in the comments box, so they knew that you'd actually made it this far. A lot of people tend to watch about a minute and then they log off. So if you're one of the chosen few, one of the two who've enjoyed this video, I'd like you to put this keyword in the comments box. I'd like you to type the word Kate is a hot water bottle. Random, I know, I just made it up. Kate is a hot water bottle. If anybody types that in the comments box below, you will get a thumbs up and a salute from me, so that I know that you've actually made it this far into the video. It should have been I love tea, but anyway, it's Kate is a hot water bottle. Why? Because she's hot and she'd keep you warm in bed. I think you know what I'm saying, lads. So as we come down here into the valley now, you can see the actual drop-off point on the sat-nav is a little bit further down. And if you have got this title, again, let me know your favourite DLC, let me know your favourite truck or your route, what you love about this game, and have you played with any of the mods to be turning off everything like I have here, because it really does increase your immersion. And have you played this title in virtual reality? It is really enjoyable. It is low res up in the distance and there are jaggies everywhere, and it doesn't look as good as you guys are actually watching this video on screen, but it really is immersive if you just try and bypass all that here on the index.
Turn right.
So we're almost here at our drop-off point. As we get to the actual yard where we're going to be leaving the JCB, you'll notice as we pull in there won't be any white markers on the floor pointing to where we need to drop it off. So how do we know where to drop it off? Well, if you remember at the beginning of the video, there were some orange road cones put down on the floor. This is what will be in the yard, and this works for everything from farmyards to the quarries to even dropping off some of the working vehicles on the side of the road. Everything is done with these road cones. What a beautiful pink wall. It's random, but it looks amazing in summer here with all the flowers and everything. But this way it gives you much more immersion. Again, it's all about the immersion factor for me when it comes to these simulation games. So as we pull into the yard here, instead of seeing that marker or choosing where we want to park, it should already be there, and I can already see the markers. The road cones should I say over on the left. I think if we tried to pull that massive crane on the right hand side, we would have struggled. But there we go, a beautiful drop off, and we should be here for around 11 o'clock was the time we were supposed to be here. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, share, show me a little bit of love, and remember that keyword in the comments box below. But in the meantime, I've been Boxer Demons here in Italy, dropping off a JCB, and I've loved every single minute of it. Thanks for watching. I shall see you in another video coming real soon. And there we are. There is the JCB. There's the foreman. I think it's time for a pot of tea and a little bit of reading. You know what I'm saying, lads? See you in another video coming real soon. I think I'll have a snooze.